Welcome back, everybody. Could not come on 2 hours earlier, but I'm here now. So we're going to be covering a couple of games here that I normally do not touch, which I've been waiting for since yesterday. I thought of Marvel Rivals, but no. I'd rather have a day off on that game and then try again when I come home from another work day, just to de-stress, even if the matches were probably not going to be the best quality at times. But anyway, we're gonna try to do some games here, and the first game that we'll revisit again is Jurassic World Evolution, which I'm gonna be showing you here. Apparently, some people say the first game in the series is better than the follow-up, so that's what we're gonna do. So yeah, I'm gonna be loading up a save file that I've been doing off screen for who knows how long, because honestly the process was not that interesting. So here we go. All right, here we go. I already got the game up and running, and I saved you the boring bits where the game actually starts to become a little bit more interesting. So when it comes to the campaign, if you don't include the sandbox, you got 5 islands to go through in the campaign. Started off with this, which I did already, along with this. This one is the 5th island, but we're not going to be going there next. I already did the Tucano, and we're doing Pena. This island doubler is going to be the sandbox, but I'm not doing that yet. So I only have technically 2 more islands to do, and we almost got all the upgrades here.
I've received an offer that will definitely help the science.
Oh, this is easy.
And can help you as well.
This is easy. All you do is do this.
Transit has commenced.
Oh, that's the wrong upgrade. There we go. That's it.
You really knocked that one out of the park.
Yeah, the contract system is very, very simple. Yeah, we're gonna have to go for Lambert next. And because of the RNG of the campaign, especially if you're doing it for the first time, don't be afraid to save scum. Trust me, so you don't lose too much progress. Yeah, these contracts are the progression system in this game.
I've just received reports of a new contract that's available. Looks like the kind of thing you can handle.
No power outages for 10 minutes. That's pretty simple. As long as the storm doesn't happen.
Like me, you want reliable power.
Yeah, when it comes to power, yeah, the storm actually, there's an actual tornado that actually pops up in this map after all this time. The storm before, there was no such thing as tornadoes, and you're gonna have to have the Rangers swiftly. You need to have the Rangers swiftly repair the damage as soon as storm comes in. And I wish I could pop it in here, but yeah, there's not enough space. I mean, I don't know if he can even. I don't think he can flatten these areas, these mountains. So unfortunately, you are limited with. You're very limited on space. So unfortunately, you're gonna have to make do with the limited space. Yeah, so in case the last time I played this, the tornado actually lands here, causes all sorts of havoc, and if your ranger station goes out here, unfortunately you cannot repair the damage. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to build a backup ranger station here. I don't think the game generates 2 tornadoes at once, so. Yeah, we're gonna put a ranger station here. Come on. And an ACU center here because we're gonna be putting an enclosure here as well. This one is pretty simple. Yeah, this will be all carnivore instead of herbivore. And this will be interesting. All right, just like System Shock Remake, you just keep saving, just to, because you never know what's gonna happen next. Is it possible to request another contract? Yeah, it's possible.
I've seen some interesting opportunities come my way
This one
since
is
I've
easy.
been here. Like this one, which I now offer to you.
This one is easy. All you do is do these. Yeah, the progression in this game is the campaign for this game is surprisingly straightforward, but it is grindy. If you are a big fan of Jurassic Park, you might like this game. I never watched the sequels for the Jurassic Park movies. I heard they were a mixed bag, especially as they made more and more films that I honestly didn't care about. So it's going to be very interesting. This game, I think the first game in the series, I think it had the best systems. That's what some people are saying. I never looked at the second or third games, but honestly, just sticking to the first game is decent. You know, there were some interesting things that people said. There's no bridges at all. I don't think, I mean, honestly, I don't think adding bridges to this game would have made a huge difference in gameplay. To me, this is pretty much as straightforward as it gets. It doesn't reinvent the whole simulation genre, but at least it's nice to see dinosaurs, you know, just like in the movies. And as long as they're treated humanely, that's all you need to do. Speaking of which, management views, you should only get used to the tools that this game gives you, so it's not so bad. Yeah, this one has limited space, so unfortunately I cannot build too much. We could put a T-Rex here. Oh, that was easy.
When another contract comes up, I'm turning to you first.
You'll hear these same voiceovers over and over and over again.
I'm not telling you to take this next contract, but only a fool would pass up this deal.
Keep our guests safe. Not because they're worth it. Of course they are. Of course. I just don't want to deal with the paperwork.
Ah, yes. The usual businessman. Yep, slowly getting the progression bar up. Interestingly enough, you don't need to build this Hammond creation lab over here. You can just tranquilize the dinosaurs and then transfer them there. It's a bit tedious, but that's how you can save space. That's what I'm thinking here. I'm years late into this game, but even if I can understand what you have to do here. Okay. Oh yeah, and I did all the upgrades as well. I did all the upgrades before I even got to this point in the game. Hopefully hopefully these contracts will not take too long to do, because we'll be doing different games tonight. Okay. I'm kind of reluctant to add more things here, because you do have to add more dinosaurs so that you can get more and more money. Yeah, the only downside is that you cannot look at the stats of your dinosaurs like this until you incubate them and then you release them. I wish this information would be available before you incubate them, so you can at least you can tell what you got to do. Yeah, this area surprisingly is generous enough for you to start. Yeah, this one I just barely have enough grassland, just barely. So thankfully I was able to put enough dinosaurs just to even get a foothold in this place. Oh yeah, and the reputation bar, well, that's about as generous as it gets. We could build an enclosure here for the T-Rex. Although my gut feeling is telling me not to do that until you get the best fence in the game, which is the electrified concrete fences. Speaking of performance, is this game doing well in performance? It should not be consuming that much resources. Good. Yep, it's not consuming that much resources. Not even close. Yeah, this game is many years old, but I think it looks fine. Yeah, there's not much to do here. I'm just killing time with these contracts that are going in the back bottom right corner. Yeah, the storm in this part of the campaign is kind of annoying. I'm thinking of adding an enclosure here, but I have a feeling the yeah, look at that. There's not enough room. There is not enough room. That small space. No. You're gonna have to improvise. You're gonna have to improvise. Release the dinosaur here, tranquilize it, then transfer it there. And hopefully that'll be enough. I have a feeling we should put some entertainment here.
Our entire operation, and specifically security division, could use more people like you. Dr. Wu has more for us to do regarding the animals. It's gonna get done one way or the other, and I'd prefer if you were part of it.
Yeah, this is the mission part where you gotta do it. So, well, the good news is the reputation has been reached. Honestly, just do the missions until you are confident that until you're confident that you got enough money to spend. Trust me, at this point it's pretty vulnerable, and you have no choice but to take your time. At least you don't have to complete the missions immediately. That would have been even more. That would be a crunch right there. But for people that are a fan of this game, I think they'll mind the challenge. But for me personally, oh boy, no. All right, another contract, and here's what I do. It's pretty simple, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that did this. But you save you save it, request a contract, and it's RNG, so you don't know what you're gonna get. But hopefully, we'll get something.
I'm always looking for ways to improve security around here, and I think this new contract could help with that very thing. Consider it.
I'm always interested in new ways to take care of our dinosaurs rather than just the cash. But even for Blue, well, dino kibble ain't cheap.
His dinosaur. Why is that considered bullying? No, seriously, Rogzukin. That's what the Autobot is telling me. But yeah, this is the first game in the series, Rogzukin. This is the first game in the series. This is the very first game in this series. And there were 2 sequels, but apparently they kind of deviated in the follow-up games. So, yeah,
This place is so much more fun when we aren't dealing with tragedies. So, great job on closing out that contract.
yeah, these are pretty straightforward contracts for the most part. So, yeah, we're just gonna try to get these contracts done. Yeah, this is basically the progression system in this game. And we're gonna create some more dinosaurs. Yeah, this game is, compared to City Skylines, this game is a lot more basic, but it's still fine. Diplodus. Okay, we can add another Diplodus. Why not? A little bit more variety. Yeah, the thing that the game doesn't tell you is, like, how much rainforest do they need. I mean, they tell you this, but honestly, that's not good enough. So I wish they would actually show the bars, like, when you actually spawn them. So yeah, even though it only has 44 dinosaurs, I think it's a decent enough variety.
This contract looks interesting. To me, anyway. What do you think?
Yeah, a Chintosaurus. I don't know. But anyway, we're gonna add in 1 more dinosaur of each. Yeah, you gotta keep it. You don't want to spend too much. But yeah, this game has a surprisingly decent variety of dinosaurs. It only has 44, but I think it's enough. Have you heard of that Crimson Desert game, Ruzukin? Don't spend your money on that game. It's I kind of had a feeling that it was trying to do so many things, but it's I don't think it's a game that people will remember. There are other games that did way better than that. So you're not really missing anything. And they're asking full price too. That's a tall order. Yeah, I saved you guys the boring part. The first few islands, that you don't barely get any upgrade or research, but by this point, it's not so bad. And this viewing platform is unnecessary here, but because of this contract, we're just gonna quickly build it there because why? It just to fill up that bar, and I got the money to spend, so why not? And you get this cutscene that you can skip if you want.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome the Studio Alliance to the... Ladies and gentlemen,
Well done expanding the facility and getting those new buildings constructed.
ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a gallimatic.
And you're gonna do a lot of saving in this game, just in case you screw up in the campaign. So thankfully, this game is pretty generous with that. Okay, I'm gonna demolish that. Here we go. So there is a contract to increase the income per minute, but you need to add more. You need to add more variety dinosaurs, just to make it more interesting. I think I'm slowly approaching the limit of how many dinosaurs I can put in this close space here. So yeah, I don't think there's really many other dinosaurs that you can add. I don't really think there's too many. For example, this dinosaur, I don't think it's very, very social. So you cannot have too many dinosaurs in the enclosed space. So it's really, yeah, the ideal population, this is a number that you gotta watch out for. And this Synthesaurus, wait a minute. Do I have a Synthesaurus here? I don't. I actually do not. I actually do not have...
Proceeding to the feeder now.
I don't think I have a Synthesaurus here. But that'll be an easy contract to do. Alright. Synthesaurus. Yeah, these feeders, these upgraded feeders are way better than the starting ones. You got to do a lot of multitasking just to keep your to keep them well fed by using the rangers. So the AI for these rangers could be better, but they're good enough, especially when you get to the later parts in the game. Alright, how much more do we gotta do? Yeah, this is a lot of saves coming, but trust me, if you don't have much free time, there's no shame in doing that. Yeah, these concrete barriers, I don't think they're gonna be enough, but the concrete electrified barriers, they're probably gonna be the best. So at least it keeps them at bay, sort of. Alright, let's release another Diplo.
When I was younger, I defined success by how much money I had. Now, not so much. But the younger me would have been damn impressed with what you accomplished on that contract. And the older me thinks you did pretty good as well.
One of our most important tasks here in the Science
I
Division
can't do
is
this.
keeping
I can't do this yet.
a diverse and lively selection of dinosaur specimens available for the parks. You can be of help to us here in this regard, so consider this an offer.
Nope, we're not doing that yet. Just focus on getting the rest of the missions done, which thankfully, if you got the upgrades, are not so bad. So the next thing we gotta do is get more green. Yeah, we're slowly approaching the population limit for this enclosure, so you don't want to add too much, or else these animals will start to get angry. Good. We just...
Hey, if this place is a celebration of evolution, then shouldn't our facilities evolve as well? I think that's a yes, and that you should be a part of this, which means another yes from you. What do you say?
Alright, we'll just save that for later. Just don't do those missions until you achieve the other contracts. Yeah, just don't do that yet. Yeah, this game is decently straightforward. Yeah, I just need to get more green. Oh, here we go. A disease. Well, it's a good thing I did
Understood.
It's a good thing I did research everything. The game does allow you to switch from one island to the other. So if one island you got so much money, then you can just do the upgrades there.
Just heard of a great opportunity we should get behind.
The Corex.
They call it income for a reason. It is so much better than outgo. Sell, baby, sell.
All right, let's save the game again. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's incubate another one.
Dinosaurs detected.
There you go. Simple.
We're selling these photos, right? These are for sale.
Looks like this contract developed nicely. Yes, that was a play on words. Good, eh? Oh, and the pictures were solid.
Where is the Synthesaurus? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's bad news. We're gonna have to sell them. Here we go. There we go. The Synthesaurus, where are you? Where are you, Synthesaurus? We gotta get rid of them. Where is the Synthesaurus? There we go. Yeah, we gotta get rid of that Synthesaurus.
No problem.
Yep, we're gonna have to get rid of the Synthesaurus. This enclosure is already full. Cannot add any more. Ah, darn shame. Yep, I gotta get rid of them. Oh well. What's the next contract? Looks like I gotta focus on blue and yellow. Blue and yellow. Okay. Sell that.
En route to collect the asset.
That's how you sell those dinosaurs.
Asset collection request received.
Yep, you gotta sell them. Otherwise, yeah, the population, unless you make the enclosure bigger, then the population bar will go up, but I don't want to do that, so... Yeah, the Synthesaurus population is something to consider. Yeah, we gotta get rid of some animals. Hopefully this will get rid of the overpopulation. Yep, we gotta get rid of them. We're gonna release this dinosaur and sell it. Too bad you can't sell them. You gotta get the ACU helicopter and just tranquilize it.
Adding to the list.
Assets in the air.
Yeah, trust me, you gotta start getting rid of animals, or otherwise it'll get overcrowded. Okay, there we go. Get rid of this dinosaur as well.
Collecting asset.
Thankfully, the transport helicopters, they just spawn out of nowhere, so you can have as many as you want. These Huangosauruses, they are a problem. I think you got to get rid of these Huangosauruses as well. Yeah, if the comfort level gets too low, then... Yeah, let's watch these Huangosauruses, and once this dinosaur gets transported out, hopefully the population goes back to normal. Yeah, I've run out of space for these dinosaurs.
Asset being transported.
Yep, if you do not keep this under control, well, they're gonna start breaking the cage. think we have to get rid of these Yungosauruses, because look at that, the population is still a problem. And the comfort is starting to go down. That's a certain shame. It's overcrowded, so we're gonna have to get rid of them. At task, you gotta get rid of them before they start to get angry.
Acknowledged.
Yungosaurus.
Request acknowledged.
Yeah, you gotta get rid of them. Cell dinosaur Decorex. Okay, that's pretty simple enough. Incubate. Yeah, just save your game every step of the way. And that'll save you quite a bit of trouble for later. Alright, good. Because we need to get that. Alright. Transport teams. This is pretty simple. All you do is press R. That's it.
Heading to pick up the asset. En route to pick up the asset.
Yep. I don't want to sell dinosaurs, but you gotta do it. There's already this many dinosaurs, and yeah. Well, now you gotta keep track of the dinosaurs in this enclosure in your head, or just look at your map just to see how many there are. You cannot have these go in the red.
When things go wrong, who do they turn to first?
Oh,
You
this
guessed
is
it.
easy.
So consider this
This is pretty easy.
contract part of us always being ready.
Yeah, thankfully this is not too time-consuming. It's surprisingly generous when you do get
We
the
need to
upgrade.
keep looking for other dinosaurs we may be able to domesticate. Well, more accurately, put on the road to domestication. The way we'll be able to control them is by letting them control themselves, their natural hierarchy. That means we need more samples. This expedition can help.
They got the same people from the movies to voice this game, and I think the voiceovers are fine. I think the voiceovers are fine. It's nothing outstanding, but it works. All right, here we go. Dracorex, and we're gonna get the AC helicopter there again.
Adding task.
Apparently, you can pilot the helicopter as well, but I haven't done that yet. Oh, here we go. Gotta save this game again. That's Storm. And I got the best upgrades for these AC helicopters to be accurate for the AI. There we go.
Asset to be collected.
Alright, save the game again. Here comes the Storm. Here you can cheat a little bit. You can control the RNG where the Storm is going to land. Alright, so here you go. Emergency shelter, open all shelters. You're still watching Ruzukin. It's not going to be this game for the next 2 hours. We'll actually be doing different games here. In the previous... So, off-screen, Ruzukin, I had dinos escape. But on this island, not so far. But after this... But during this storm, holy crap. Apparently, it is possible for the dinosaurs to escape. Well, here we go. Is there a tornado? No. Where's the damage? Oh, there we go. The Rangers are the ones that can fix the damage. There was a tornado that actually landed down here in this map earlier.
I wasn't entirely sure about this one, but you proved me wrong.
These contracts are progression. Electrified concrete.
Isla Pena is a difficult situation in the best of times, and you've handled it with skill. Your reputation with the security division has earned you a reward.
apologize for any inconvenience.
Electrified concrete. Holy crap. We actually got it. There you go. I just saved this game again.
You want to prove you have a hit? Make money. Then make some more money. That's how it's done. And that's how you
Large
get that
power
sales
station.
contract. Pure gold.
Okay. So thankfully I do have a ranger here. I did build one here as a backup. So I got the best fence in the game, Rugzukin. I'll show you that in a second. So you can actually drive these vehicles personally, but I usually let the AI do it. I hope I have enough power. To So when it comes to the gates, so when it comes to the fences, the best fence in this game are the electrified concrete walls. So the question is, how much power do they need? And I do have enough money as well. I don't know how much these electrified concrete walls will slow down the dinosaurs from trying to escape, but that's about going to be your best bet here. Here we go. Whoops. Oh yeah, because that building was damaged earlier. That's what that was about. All right, let's save this game again. Let's find out how much power do these electrified concrete walls will do. This is the best concrete wall you can get in the game. No mods, just in the game itself. Okay. The only annoying thing about it is you cannot replace the walls if there are dinosaurs near it. That's the only annoying thing about it. And we do need to build another power station. But there is this large power station that we're gonna be going for. So yeah, we just keep the contracts going, and we'll get there in no time. Good thing we're staying on this island because we do need the upgrades for the later stuff. Yeah, these contracts are also pretty RNG. So if you don't like the contract, you can just reload, just save time. Which one is the closest? Which one's the closest to unlocking? Let's try go for blue next. And don't worry, Rugzukin, we'll be doing different games, completely different games today. This is just something I want to do with just a little bit of time. Okay, reputation. Let's go for blue. What do we want this time?
Who doesn't want to be in showbiz? You can sure help out the entertainment division with this contract.
Oh, no. Just reload. Yeah, there is the sandbox option, but I'll just do the campaign first, because that's how you learn about the game and its mechanics. Alright, back here again. Yeah, we're not doing these missions. This is a campaign. This is a campaign. I'm actually doing this campaign, which I don't mind. It's not as grindy as some people say.
Here's an opportunity that you have to see.
Nope. Nope, that takes too much time. Reload. And do you use similar themes, just like in the movies? Did you see any of the Jurassic World movies? I only saw the first movie and I never paid attention to the sequels. That's my knowledge of that's my knowledge of Jurassic Park in a nutshell. So, yeah, the Jurassic World movies, I've heard that they're a mixed bag, and honestly, I don't think you're missing anything from them.
Contracts are the bread and butter of our work.
Nope. Reload again. If I don't get a decent contract, I'm gonna move on to a different game here. Something that I want to show you guys, because it's been a while. Try that again. Can you give us one decent contract? That's not gonna be too time consuming.
Looks like there's another contract that might be worth your attention.
Oh, this is easy. That is easy. Those are always the easy ones.
I've always considered myself a bit of an adventurer and a lot of a luxury hotel fan, huh? So enjoy your time in the dirt.
Giant herbivore fossil. Okay, that's pretty simple. I can run 3 expeditions. Alright. There we go. There we go. That's it. Gotta wait for this thing. I can't wait to get the large power station. This is gonna be very crucial in this island in particular, where you have limited space. You really need this. Yep. So got this Carnotaurus to do, but again, this is surprise. I actually get this done pretty quickly with lucky RNG. Is there anything? At least the contract cooldown is like 2 minutes, which is not too bad. But I gotta move on to a different game here shortly if I don't make too much progress on this. But the good news is this is pretty simple, and I'm also letting this money accumulate as well. So, yeah, this enclosure is about as big as it gets.
Hey, I just received a new contract you are definitely going to want to check out.
Don't worry, Rogzukin, I will do Rivals, but I have to take a break from it because the matches have been pretty mixed bag and kind of awful. We did try yesterday, but honestly, it's not even worth talking about because we did not make much progress, unfortunately. So thankfully, all you need to do with these contracts is to avoid sabotage, but mainly I do them is because I want to get the upgrades. That's it. Well, at least it's not League of Legends, Rogzukin. At least the games in Marvel Rivals can be fulfilling when you do finally win. But in League of Legends, there was nothing. Rewarding, unfortunately. At least in Marvel Rivals, there is some good to be had there. Really? There's no giant herbivore fossil? Oh. Well, let's just get another contract going here.
Lambert here with a new contract. I've spec'd it out, and I think you would be perfect for it.
This is where it starts. Get this part right, and then we can talk about the rest.
Okay, save it again. So yeah, these are thankfully just simple timers. Oh, there's still one more formation coming in. And you're trying to get these done as fast as possible. Oh, speaking of which, extraction speed. I forgot to do this. Whoops, I forgot to upgrade this thing. Whoops. Whoops. That's okay. Save the game again. Sometimes you forget the upgrades are not there. I mean, visually the game tells you, but yeah. Alright. It's basically timers. And as long as you keep the dinosaurs happy, like it's not overcrowded, and and you keep the feeders going, that's all you really need to do. This is surprisingly simple, but it does get more complex the bigger the park gets. That's where this game can be interesting if you are in for some fun entertainment. Again, if you are a huge fan of the Jurassic Park movies, even if you're not a huge fan of the Jurassic World movies that came out with Chris Pratt on them, even I did not watch them, and I heard they were kind of meh. At least when it comes to gameplay, in this game, at least they take the ideas from those movies and they make it into, what if the parks are actually stable and they don't fall apart completely? In this game, at least you can relax, so that's nice, I guess. Okay, extract DNA again. Alright, let's get another expedition going. The highest you can get in this game is 3. There we go. There we go. You can actually have 3 expeditions going. And it's okay to let your money accumulate for these, for the campaign, because you're gonna need them. Some of the dinosaurs can be very expensive. You got your famous Tyrannosaurus Rex, by the way. Apparently they carry over this same model to the later games. Yeah, this Tyrannosaurus Rex apparently doesn't want to socialize. Only allows 1. To no surprise, the Tyrannosaurus Rex will actually attack other animals. Yeah. Yeah, this is as fast as I can extract these. This is as fast as I can extract them. Inventory space, extraction speed. That's literally what it's called. And it doesn't go any faster than that. I'm trying to get this done so that we can get the large power station upgrade, which you will need. Especially with the limited space this place has. But it can also replace the previous power stations in the maps, and then just use large power stations. You'll never go back to using the small power station unless the space is limited. Otherwise, you just use the large power station. Yeah, you just gotta wait out the timer for this.
Please report for dig site selection.
Yeah, this is as fast as these things can extract.
That is a textbook example of doing it right.
Awesome. Wetland. So we now can finally paint wetlands now. Nice. Alright, let's save the game again. That's another contract down. Alright, so let's get another security contract in here. And hopefully it'll be decent.
I can't order you to take this new contract.
Oh, this is
But I
easy.
wish I could. It's that good.
It is good. That is one of the most easiest contracts ever. Yeah. 3 expeditions going on at the same time, and they're on a 2-minute timer. That is very generous. And I got the full upgrades for these fossils too. Yeah, there was a lot of grind. There was quite a bit of grinding that I had to do, but this is surprisingly simple. And most of the animals here are happy. Yeah, as long as they have enough grassland and forest. This one is one of the easiest dinosaurs to keep happy. But there is a population limit, so you cannot just have it. You cannot just put so many dinosaurs here. But yeah, everything's content now. I do have a couple of big dinosaurs here. These Diplodocus. It's a bit of a trial and error at first, but once you know which dinosaurs are good when you first start off, it's pretty simple. The most exciting part is trying to manage the carnivore dinosaurs like the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Good luck managing those. But thankfully, we do have the best fences to keep them at bay, finally. The electrified concrete wall. You first start off with the light steel fence, which is very weak, by the way. If you're not very careful managing your park, they will escape through the light steel fence very easily. Very, very easily. Thankfully, the expedition is just about finished. Oh, speaking of which, I did not do these upgrades. Whoops. Why did I not do that upgrade already? Whoops. Whatever. We just save the game and reload. It's not a big deal. And we have more than enough money. All you do is extract DNA and let the timer do its thing. Yeah, just gotta wait.
Like some of our dinos, you have the instincts of a hunter. You see a target, and you don't stop until you have it.
Almost got the large power station done. Yeah, we're gonna focus on the security contract now. And then we'll eventually turn all our focus on the green. Yeah, this large power station we really gotta do first. Gotta wait for these things to finish. Yeah, this is surprisingly simple. I mean, the sandbox will be very interesting to try out once you have all the upgrades. Extract DNA.
Thanks to you, we've got the power.
Yeah, we don't need any more blue. We don't need any more blue. We gotta focus on the security contract now. And then we can finally replace some of these small power stations with the large one. I think we can get that done here very quickly. Alright, let's request a new one and hopefully we'll get an easy one.
We can always solve a few more problems.
Yeah, no. Let's do that again. I'm just safe scumming. That's all you need to do. And I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that did this when this game first came out all those years ago. Yeah, even though this game is old, and the first one in the series, I think it's fine. It's fine. It plays fine. Apparently, some people say this game is better than the second and third game.
This latest contract is a little unexpected, but I'm sure
$5,000. Okay, this one should be easy. So, Roguzuka, if you're still watching, remember these ranger stations I've been clicking? Well, you can actually drive them personally. And I have all the graphic settings mostly maxed out. $50,000 right there.
Taking back control.
Nice photo.
That was easy.
Security requires vigilance and commitment to the task at hand. You've proven yourself at that.
And that's it. We finally unlocked a large power station, which we really need in this. Well, that's it. Now it's time to replace them. This is a small power station, which honestly it's not good enough, so... Oh, see? You cannot... What if we replace it with a medium power station? Nope. Can't do it. That's the only downside. That's the only downside here, is that isn't going to be enough. This is a medium power station, but what if we replace it with a large power station? That should be enough space. Let's hope we can replace this quickly. Nope. I mean, I think it's possible, but you don't want to have your... You don't want to have... you really don't want to leave your base without power for too long. Alright, so it looks like we got no choice but to build the large power station somewhere else. Alright, so the most obvious place we can build it is right here. Right here. This one will be more than sufficient. Yep, we're gonna replace this small power station. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of this. Okay, here we go. Replace this quickly. And there's a sound, there's an annoying sound glitch and bug in this game. Can you hear it? It just happened just now, as soon as I did that. Yep. That's a thing that I'm already finding annoying about this game. Is that sound glitch and bug. I don't know if that's... I don't think that ever got patched, or if the community for this game ever found a fix for that. The only way to fix that is to reload from a previous save. Yes, everything goes suddenly really quiet. Yeah. Yep, replacing... Oh, please complete soon. At least your park can still continue operating, even without power for like a little bit. Yeah, everything is really quiet, by the way. That's not your headphones fooling you. your speakers or audio did not, your headphones or your speakers did not glitch out. That's how quiet this game is. Where the heck is the... Whoops, there it is. Okay.
This new contract was made for a person of your talents.
There we go. Okay, good. Outage protection, improved output. You can actually add 2 more. Oh, okay. Cool. So yeah, if you can you hear it, Rugzukin? If you're still watching, yeah, that's the most annoying thing about this game is the sound glitch and bug that happens after you do a certain action. But thankfully, reloading the save doesn't take too long. But that's annoying because everything goes so eerily quiet, like they're in the background, really muffled. After reloading, it's back to normal. See, now things are back to normal now. Yeah. Well, this, how much power does this park take? I wish this game tells you how much power, but there isn't. Yeah, the game doesn't tell you how much power is being used. Does the control room tell you how much power is being used in this park? No, it doesn't. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know if the community ever found a way to patch this glitch or bug. I did try to do a search on it like a couple of times, but no, I did not hear anything about it. So here we go. There we go. We got the best fence in the game. There you go. We got the electrified concrete walls. It's the best way to, it's the best fence in the game, and at least it'll deter them for a bit. Yeah, I wish this game was like City Skylines in a way where the game tells you how much power you have left, but there isn't. That is actually a small enclosure. There are bigger enclosures that I was able to do previously. So that is how big the game gives you right off the bat. So, small. Let me do this with protection. This is surprisingly small compared to the previous ones I did. But this game is generous enough for me to start generating income, so it's not so bad. So yeah, the only thing that I'll be doing on off screen is to just to build up this green bar up. There are these missions that you gotta do. But just accumulate money first before you even attempt to do those. Trust me, they can be pretty pricey. Yeah, I only got this one research item to do, the Carnotaurus. So, a Dilophosaurus, is that a carnivore or a herbivore? Alright, this one is pretty easy then. This one is pretty easy. Save the game again. So Dilophosaurus, and modified genome. Increased bone. Increased bone density. There we go. There you go. I'll do this one contract. Pretty simple to do. Oh yeah, do you remember the Jurassic World movies? I didn't watch them, but I did see them like a little bit. They have these monorails. So it basically helps keep your guests happy because look how far of a walk it is from this arrival point to the enclosure where all the dinosaurs at. You would take this monorail and not walk. If there was a vehicle, it would be nice to drive there. But if you don't get to drive, obviously you're gonna take the monorail. That. It's pretty basic. All you do is build a track and that's it. It's pretty simple. It's not like the train system in. It's not like the transportation system of City Skylines. It's a lot more simple. I mean, this is just a. It's just this is just a. This is just a dinosaur game. Yeah, like I said before, I'm not a big fan of the sequel movies with Jurassic World because I never watched them. Plus, I heard they were meh. So, but when it comes to this game, at least for the first one in the series, I think it's solid. It's fine. It's something to kill time. And I'm just gonna wait for this Dilophosaurus to be released, and we're gonna sell it just to complete the contract. Oh yeah, I mean you can mess around with it. Apparently, some people are saying the second and third game to this series apparently are not that good. They kind of deviate from the first game. Yeah, some people say that they like the whole science, entertainment, and security divisions more in the first game, and the sequels kind of don't do that, or they just deviate from it. Yeah, this game has different islands with a different look on it, so it doesn't look completely repetitive, but I think it's a solid game. Yeah, I mean, it's a fine game. Once you know what you gotta do, it's not so bad. I don't know if this game is on the Unreal Engine. I didn't look it up, but this game doesn't look like Unreal Engine to me. I mean, the game is fine. The simulation with these people, you're not gonna pay attention to those too much, but it works.
You and I make a great team. I present the contracts, you complete them, everybody wins. So how about we rack up another win, huh?
Yeah, we're gonna get rid of this security contract because we've already, yeah. Here we go. We're gonna release this Dilophosaurus. Save this game again. Release dinosaur. There we go. And now we're gonna get the ACU helicopter in there. Here we go. We're gonna tranquilize this guy. There we go. Tranquilizing now.
I owe you for this, and I won't forget it.
I'm gonna get the... yeah. Yeah. So, Knight, welcome back. Welcome back, Knight. And yes, this game, I think it's fine. I like this game. I know you gifted me this game a long time ago, but I did not forget about it. I did not forget about this game. Thank you, Knight. It's good to see you. And I will be doing a completely different game after this. I just wanted to show off this game like a little bit.
Asset requiring collection.
There we go. So, save this game. So, did you find out? So, Knight, out of curiosity, what was the problem in your computer? Was it like a faulty motherboard or something? Because I did have a similar issue like that in the past. Let me just find out that there's a decent contract here that I can do later.
Another contract?
No. I'm gonna reload. Let me get at least one decent contract. The good news is I'm almost done with these contracts. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You have to buy a new computer? Oh my god, that's expensive. Unless you got those pre-built computers. Unless you got the pre-built ones that you can get for a budget. Speaking of which, let me just get let me see if I can get a decent contract here.
I want to take this contract.
8 new dinosaurs? No, I don't have the space for that. Reload. So, the whole computer or like a part that you had to replace? I'm trying to understand what you're trying to say. Because if you're saying like replacing the whole computer, oh my god. That must have been pricey, Knight. That must have been very pricey. The whole computer replaced? Jesus, that's very expensive. Unless you went for a budget or something. That is not cheap.
There is a new job available,
There we go.
and I know just the person to do it.
There we go. That's a very simple contract. Very, very simple. Alright. I forgot to extract the DNA for these guys. Whoops. So I'll do one more expedition. I'm gonna spend 2 more minutes on this game, and that's it. Herbivore, so
In transit.
let's go for 2 more. Alright, I'm gonna spend 2 more minutes on this game, and I'm gonna move on to a different one. So if you want to stick around, I'll quickly show you one more island. So Roglukini, you want to see a big enclosure? Well, I'm gonna spend 2 more minutes on this map, then I'll quickly switch to a different island here, just to show you how big it can get. The gameplay loop and the concept that this first game has, I think it's fine. I have no clue if the second or third game are worth playing because they're very expensive even after all these years. So yeah, I've already spent quite a bit of time with this first game already, just to understand the mechanics, and it's surprisingly simple. It's not like City Skylines. There was a bit of trial and error that I had to do, but thankfully it didn't take me too long to put 2 and 2 together. Although I have no clue how much power is being I don't know how much power is being used. Is there a menu or something that tells you how much power there is? Oh, there we go. I kind of missed this bar here. Total output power 242, total power used 202. I missed this menu completely. So there is a menu, I just did not look at it closely. Anyway. Yeah, I'm just gonna quickly do this expedition, which is on a 2-minute timer, and I'm gonna show you something else about this game and how big it can get. So I already got the upgrades of dig speed and dig yield. That's all. I just got that done. And this fossil center as well. I got the extraction speed and inventory space. Those are the highest upgrades that you can do. Yeah, we just need to add more dinosaurs. Oh, there we go. Simple. That was another simple contract. See, just a few more missions and that's it. And we're gonna be completely done with this island.
With what you've been able to accomplish, we can advance our work here in the Science Division.
Yeah, these are pretty simple timers that you're gonna do. Oh, here we go. A dinosaur having a disease. All you gotta do is go to the ranger station, tell the AI what to do, and medicate.
No problem. Confirming task.
That's it. You can actually drive these things personally, but yeah. I'm actually curious. Can you fly the helicopter? How do you fly the helicopter?
Just in position.
Oh boy, it's floaty. This helicopter is the controls for this helicopter is very floaty. Turn left, very, very stiff. Is there any collision? I don't think there's a collision. No, there's no collision, as far as I know. I don't think there's a spotlight in this helicopter, which is kind of disappointing. Is the helicopter gonna fly back to the helipad automatically or no? Oh, it does. Just takes like 2 seconds. Okay. That's about it, really. Is there anything else? That's it. Alright. Before I leave this game completely, I'm gonna show you the other island where the enclosures are much bigger. And let me see if I can get one contract that I can do later that's easy to do.
3 words. Contract, you, yes.
Okay, this is easy. All you do is release it and then tranquilize it immediately. Very easy. Very easy to do. Alright. So, Knight and Rugzukin, if you want to see how big the enclosures can be, well, I'm going to transfer a different island right now. So, in the campaign, there are 5 islands. 6 islands. Island Nublar is the last one where it's sandbox, but this island is Sorna is like the last one in the campaign. So I'm basically almost there. But here at Isla Takano, this is where I got the most money. I got the most money. 303 million, if I read that right. 303 million. I was just farming money at this one. So Rozukin, if you're still watching, if you want to see a big enclosure, well, this one is bigger. I bet in Sandbox you can be a lot more creative, but when it comes to the campaign maps, this one is pretty impressive. Skip cutscene. Now this map is way bigger than that one. Look how big this enclosure is. This is where the carnivores. And look at how big this one is. I gotta replace these small power stations with a large one, if there is enough room for those. But yeah, look how big this enclosure is. Yeah, I kind of got better at playing this game slowly over time. And I can't wait to apply the upgrades when you do eventually get them all. Alright, let's go back to the main menu. Oh yes, they do need space. You need space. Forest and all that. And the Tyrannosaurus Rex, well, I will eventually do that when you got the best fences to deal with them. When you have no power, well, it's easy for them to escape. Apparently there's an expansion. Yeah, apparently for this, I don't know how many expansions this first game got, but I think it's the most, I think it's the best one in the game. So yeah, I'm just turning the game off right now, but like I was saying earlier, I don't know if the second or third game are good, because some people are saying that the second and third game completely deviated from the first game. Wait a minute, Resident Evil 2? Wait, hold on. They just released a new remake of the Resident Evil? Oh, Jesus, how many of the remakes are there? Oh no, wait, these are fixed camera angles. Pretty sure these are fixed camera angles. These are the original graphics. Yeah, these are the original graphics. Yep. Yep. These are not new releases. These are just these are the original late 90s games. That's fine. But anyway, back to the Jurassic World game. There's 3 of them. They're still selling them full price after all these years. I don't know if the second or third game apparently are. I don't know if the second or third game are worth it, because apparently they deviate so much from the first game, and some people are saying they made it more. They apparently made it more tedious or something. But apparently the third game actually if I heard that the third game actually allows you to have baby dinosaurs. I have no clue if it's worth playing. I don't know if it's worth it because some people are saying graphical issues. Oh, of course. They of course they had to release problems with these games. Yeah, I don't know. Don't always believe the positive reviews. Amazing quality life changes. Little content. Yep, you pay full price and yeah. Yeah, Jurassic World Evolution proof of concept. Make a complex park builder. Pushing the concept of fully fleshed idea. Better graphics, more dinosaurs, more locations, like it varies. There's still no bridges. This game is definitely the best out of the three. Basically, unless you really want baby dinosaurs or custom buildings. If you already own GTA, it's just time here. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if the sequels are any better. I don't know if they're worth playing. Because some of these reviews are saying that, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, baby dinosaurs, but does that actually improve gameplay? Probably not. I don't know. Yeah. If you're only doing one or two things, too similar to the previous game. Park management. Yeah, I don't know. Here's an interesting question. If you compare the Jurassic World Evolution 1 to 2 and 3, is second even worth it? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's not. The third one is not worth it, apparently, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, Knight. The second or third game. I don't know if if the third game is not that good. Is the second game even worth it? Because the first game, I think it's fine. Yeah, so the third game is they just want more money. So yeah, I don't know if the second game is worth it. Is it even better than the first one? Does it actually add anything significantly new? Does it actually add anything significantly new? Because yeah, I don't know. I think the first game is fine for what it is. Because if you compare this second game to the first one, is it worth the improvement? First game, 56 hours. Oh god, the bugs. The sound glitch bug is the one that is in the first game. So apparently the second is has more problems. The chores and extra clicks. Well, based on the few reviews that I saw, I think the first game is, other than that annoying sound glitch audio bug, I think this first game is probably the only one in the series that's worth doing. But look how freaking expensive these expansion packs are. Like, do these packs actually add anything significant to the game, or you just get more dinosaurs? No, seriously, that's it. It's overpriced. 5 new dinosaurs and some campaign. Yeah, but apparently the Steam and game is recommending the Return to Jurassic Park. Remember the movie? Well, apparently this is it. I don't know if this is worth it, but it's freaking pricey. But I'm already done with the base game soon. Rigid stations replace ACU can have a maximum of 2 cars. Okay, this one might be worth it. Okay, this one might be worth it, I guess. Who knows? Probably they did it right all those years ago. Who knows? I don't know. Yeah, so this Jurassic World Evolution, the first game, and maybe that expansion pack is probably the only thing worth playing. Yeah, this one is solid. At least it's not as buggy and glitchy like the two sequels. So I don't have the expansion pack, but I still got the campaign to do first, which I'm almost done. All right, so something else. It took me like hour and a half to do this, but so here is the part that I've been waiting for. I played Arc Raiders. It's an okay game. I'm not really crazy into the whole looter shooter genre, but this Gray Zone Warfare game, you remember this game? Well, they finally added yet another major patch to this game. They should not have released this game at all in the first place when it needed a lot more work to be done, a lot more cooking, if you will. But apparently, they finally released this Spearhead update to finally optimize the heck out of this game. And the frame rate limiter actually works this time around. I wanted to limit the frame rate to 80 or 70, but you couldn't do that in the first place because there was no frame rate. The frame rate limiter they use in NVIDIA did not register at all. But this game finally has it working. Still needs a lot more optimization, but it's okay now. So I'm going to try this game again and see if it works. Apparently the AI is not as cheap this time around. And this game's installation, the file size for this game is only 23 gigabytes. And that's actually not too bad. That is not too bad. And when it comes to Arc Raiders by comparison, it's 43 gigabytes, so it's half the game. But don't let the file size fool you. Yeah, this game is still apparently pre-alpha. Even it's still an early access pre-alpha, but based on the little that I played earlier, at least this game is more stable. I can actually limit my frame rate to 80 and not stick it to 60 frames per second. So yeah, this game, I think it looks okay. It's an Unreal Engine game, but I think it's fine. When it comes to voice chat, I need to find it. Alright, where's the push to talk? Can I change this? There we go, apply changes. So basically, this game is like Arc Raiders, but it's a lot more realistic. There is an actual option of PvE and PvP. But I don't know if the servers are actually more stable this time around. Shaders are already being compiled, so here we go. So I'm going to be trying the PvE mode and see how it goes. Unlike Arc Raiders, you actually will load up into a helicopter and go into the hot zone. I don't know how... I don't know if this game is stable enough now, but at least this game is more stable. So I got the frame rate limited to 80 frames per second. And even though the GPU is working around 70 to 90%, at least it's not running poorly like before. The one big setting that I did have to turn down was the shadows. I turned the shadows down to medium. And the global illumination, I turned it down to low. Nope, global illumination always uses a lot of resources. But surprisingly, I was able to keep every other setting on high. And I got DLSS on, and yeah. So, it's actually not too bad. So you press M. Yeah, I actually do feel the frame rate of this game is much higher now. Although I kind of forgot where the NPC is, where you gotta buy stuff. Oh, actually no, the vendors. All you do is you press tab and you can buy stuff from the vendor. That's it. Character is you, and I already got a couple of magazines already. How much money do I have? How much money do I have? I got 10,000. Yeah, that's what it says right there in the top right corner. So yeah, Knight, on my 3080 Ti, which I still have after all these years, it still runs fine. I don't know what your graphics card is now, Knight, because you had no choice but to get a brand new computer. But I don't know if it's actually worth upgrading to the 5000 series, Knight, especially when I heard they have some issues. But then again, the game should be actually be optimized in the first place by the developers, so... But yeah, this game is actually decent on FPS now. At least when it comes to, yeah, I have no clue how much more optimized this game is. But based on my first impressions of this one so far, it seems to be better now. I can at least run this game at 80 frames per second. So the big question is, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Well, looks like we only have one place. Looks like we only got one place where you can drop down, which is landing zone Charlie 1. It doesn't look like we can, yeah, well, let's just go to landing Charlie 1. Sure, why not? LZ. Call transport.
Raven, wheels up for base camp.
Now, let's see if the AI or the optimization actually has improved. Because
arriving shortly near your position.
Because, yeah.
30 seconds.
Yeah, this whole game was a lot more unoptimized back then. So far, the FPS has been very stable around 80 frames per second. I don't want to increase the FPS anymore because I don't want to make my GPU run overtime. But so far, the frames have been pretty stable so far. Is this game somehow more optimized than Arc Raiders? I think I'm getting ahead of myself here.
Raven here, ready to head out. Strap in, we're heading out.
Now let's see how optimized this game is when you're in a helicopter. Yep, instead of, you know, seeing a cutscene of Arc Raiders, you actually are in a helicopter in this game. The FPS seems to be stable around 80. The FPS is kind of dipping to 70, but it's still okay. Yeah, the AI before this patch, it was unoptimized. The FPS is stable around 80, which is nice. Yeah, this game is a lot more stable now. Although the graphical glitches are, I'm kind of starting to see them now. Yeah. But at least the FPS is higher now. The FPS is much higher this time around, which is nice. I think this game is okay. It has an actual tropical, jungle-ish type of a setting. Arc Raiders is a lot more colorful. If you actually want to see foliage, I think this game has a little bit more to it. If you are into that realism. But even then, I don't know if this game is gonna appeal to casuals as well. You don't want to make your map too big, or it'll have no substance. Does this map actually show up actual players nearby, like in the original? Actually, no, it does show blue dots there. I think this game looks fine, even for Unreal Engine, so... What is this? What is this? Emergency response. At least the game tells you where the objectives are, so it doesn't feel like so you don't have to be scouring all over the place like in the original. So far this has been pretty straightforward. Yeah, look at that text. It looks, yeah. And the artifact thing here. Oh. This side task here. You just press F. That's it? You just press F. And that's it for this task. That's all you had to do. Oh, okay. I mean, I think this game looks okay, but graphic-wise, I don't know. Ooh, hold on a second. Here we go. We actually have some enemies here to deal with.
Objective secured. Lancer is under our control.
Okay. I forgot the key already, how to check ammo. The answer to that, Betty, is no. If you actually care, you'll support me do the subs and stuff like that right now, and actually help level me up if you genuinely want to do that. There were 3 enemies here, and I took them all out. Oh! Okay, the AI did not react to me when I did that. Okay. Okay, that was surprisingly easy. The AI definitely got nerfed here, because in the original, holy crap, they like insta kill you. I did not get hit once yet. Yeah, so far I've been able to do this solo. So far. Okay, so what's going on with this mission? The main task is complete. And that's it. Alrighty then. And the only downside is, oh, pickup. Where is the pickup? Where is the nearest pickup here? Combat outpost. Is there any place to pick up at all? Yeah, I don't know how you can get back to base. You have to actually go on foot. You have to actually go on foot, and just to get a pickup. Actually, no. I think we have to go back to the. You have to go back to the landing zone. Sure, we'll do that. Yeah, the shooting mechanic in this game so far has been relatively straightforward, and the AI has been dumbed down. Yeah, the AI in this game is definitely has been dumbed down. Definitely got a huge nerf. Because in the original, boy, they can just no scope or just can be very accurate against you, which is not fun, especially against all the foliage here. So. I don't know if the AI actually respawns here, but so far the servers have not crashed or bugged out. At least the servers are more stable this time around. Graphically, I don't have much to say here. I think it looks fine. But at least the FPS is staying stable at 80, although it kind of dips around 70 or so when I was in a helicopter. But that's okay. Yeah, we're gonna go back. At least the game is nice enough to tell us where we've been. Kind of like how Arc Raiders does it. But this one is a lot more realistic. I wish there were more places to extract, though. Okay, here we go. So yeah, we're just gonna return to base if they don't get ambushed along the way. Is it possible to return to base or no? Yeah, at least I can move my camera around smoothly this time around with this game. Yeah, this game is at least more optimized than it was when it first launched. And there was no way to limit the frame rate either, no matter what I did in the original release of this game. They should have not released it at that time. If they had this game released at this state in the first place like this, I don't think people will be complaining as much. But yeah, the performance really was nowhere near finished. Yeah, when it comes to graphically, I think this game looks okay for a tropical jungle type setting, but that's about it. Can we get out of here?
That's a negative. Move closer to an LZ for pickup.
We are literally here. We are literally here. What are you talking about?
Negative. You're too far away from an LZ.
This is the LZ. What the heck are you talking about, game? We are literally right here.
That's a negative. Move closer to an LZ for pickup.
This is the LZ. Yeah, I don't want to do this. I just want to go back to base. Now, I have no clue how you go back to base. I don't know how you go back to base. I don't know how you can go back to base safely without ending deployment. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Do we just go back to the friendly outpost? The combat outpost. Hold on. Go to the combat outpost. I think that's how you get there safely, right? This has to be it. Yeah, let's go to this combat outpost, and we better be able to end deployment safely. You know, I always thought of going back to base all the way where we started. So let's see if we can end deployment safely through here. I don't think... Yeah, the AI is not nearly as annoying like in the previous releases. So I give this game credit. And at least the performance is decent this time around. Yeah, FPS, I can keep it at 80. Although you have to turn down shadows. That is still a thing I noticed that does drain on resources still. But this is definitely still not going to be for everybody, though. Is this a friendly outpost or what? Can we safely end deployment here, or what? Can you rotate the character model? No. So yeah, we can actually safely end deployment right here. Nice. Okay, that's cool. So Night and Roguezukin, if you guys are still watching, I think this game is okay. This game is okay. Give me a second here. I have to use the bathroom again, badly. Alrighty, I am back. So, to give credit, to give credit where credit is due, at least Gray Zone Warfare is in a state where it is acceptable at the very least. Because the performance for this game, when it first came out on Steam, it was horrible, to say the least. I don't know how stable the servers are, but I remember when I first played Gray Zone Warfare in the first place, the performance was really bad. Most of the places in the game where you play, the game is just really not stable. Lots of FPS drops. I've yet to see this. I've yet to see the game look like this. But then again, it depends on the day and night cycle this game has. At least this game has the option of PvE, PvP, or you can just go PvE just to learn the game. So it's like Arc Raiders in a sense. Yeah, I mean this game came out way before Arc Raiders, but at least Arc Raiders had a solid system with multiple maps. But when it comes to Gray Zone Warfare, it only has one map. But at least there's actual foliage and some sense of world building in this compared to Arc Raiders. So yeah, PvE, PvP, like Arc Raiders does. But at least you have the option for a full PvE, which is nice. And you do have many servers to choose from, which is surprisingly. I don't know how they can afford all these servers. There's so many of them, by the way. So you don't have to go back to the main base. You can just go to these friendly outposts and you can safely end deployment, which is interesting, I guess. Instead of returning to Speranza like in Arc Raiders, here you just got to go to combat-friendly outposts. Which I never did in the original release. I just thought you had to go back to where we started. So. Oh! Okay, that is interesting. So, if you go to any random outpost, and if you relog, if you play this game the next time around, well, I guess you'll return to base. Pretty nice, I guess. At least this game can keep a steady frame rate of 80 frames per second. Although it kind of dips around, around the helicopter when you take the ride, it kind of dips to 70. But at least the frame rate is at least more stable this time around. So yeah, this game at least has an improvement. Oh yeah, oh, look at these visual artifact thing. Look at that. Yep. That... What's the term for this? I have seen this in Crimson Desert, in that new game that got released recently, but that is visual distracting. What if I turn the shadows to high? Does that get rid of that problem? I highly doubt it. Vertical FOB is the highest at 75. Let's just put the shadows to high. Does that get rid of that? I don't think so. It just makes my GPU run harder. See, it doesn't get rid of that. Nope. But I still turned down the shadows to medium because I did notice that it did run hard in the main menu. So I just turned it down to medium, and I don't think I'm missing much. I kind of forgot the keyboard shortcut to see how much ammo do I have left. Is it V? Oh, it's V. Oh. Okay, cool. I have to give this game credit. Again, this game has a steady frame rate around 80. I wish there were more LZs though. Yet, and you had to go on foot in all of the in these areas. I don't know if this Ground Zero. I don't know. I don't think you can explore Ground Zero at all. I never bothered to go there. But it'll be interesting to see what the rest of the map looks like. I hope this map is actually worth exploring. I know Arc Raiders has multiple maps to go through, but at least they try to do something different instead of making this look realistic with just these basic, yeah. But at least this game has a tropical style setting with all these foliage here that Arc Raiders doesn't do. But I don't know if the gameplay loop in this game is going to be good in the long term, though. But the good news is that at least the frame rate is much better. But graphically, there are issues. Especially the interiors. Is this visual artifacting? What is the proper term for it? I have not seen this enough to know what it is. But yeah, I can keep a steady frame rate of 80. I don't know how high the frame rate can go if you have a very beefy computer, but even the chance of playing this game at 80 frames per second is already way better than this game's first release. Wow. I'm already amazed that they should have waited until they released this game and then release it at this state on early access. At least they should have done that, because they needed way more time just to make it more stable. I have yet to see the sunrise or sunset setting like they did in the main menu, though. But then again, this game is being realistic, you know. I've seen locations in real life be like this. At least this game is generous enough to give you this much equipment when you first start off with the game. I mean, your progression did get reset, but at least your locker is very generous with this much equipment. Although I think I can see this game being more fun with friends. This game running at 80 frames per second, that's pretty decent. I don't know if it's even possible. I don't think it's possible to drive vehicles in this game. Probably not. Yeah, I don't think it's possible, no. If you look at the top part of the screen, the FPS has been stable for the most part around 80. That's good. Oh yeah, and the game actually makes you do a quick tutorial, which doesn't take very long, just to get the basic movement down. Oh, and there it is again. This is visual. This is really distracting visually. That's something you're going to be seeing quite a bit in this game. And I got most of my settings on high, but that looks very distracting. What's the term? What is the term? What this is? But I've already seen that quite a bit on these textures. What do the underground bunkers look like? Because I know this game has interiors, but I've never seen them personally. It's funny how this LZ Charlie I could not request a pickup at all for some reason, but honestly, I wouldn't worry about it. Just go to a... Oh, there's a sound effect for this, for going on water. Okay. Is it easy to go into squads in this game? Is it easy? Yeah, so you can have squads like in the original game. You can have squads like in Ark, but I'm not sure if this game is... yeah, I don't know. Yeah, there are vendors there are vendors here, but I think you only interact with them by pressing tab. That's it. Yeah, you get some XP and rep. Kind of like the missions in the kind of like the Arc Raiders, where you do have these missions, but I don't know. But even the Arc Raiders missions, they give you some cutscenes, but I don't know if they're really worth doing. I really don't know. Yeah, this game has more realistic looking weather and realistic locations. But at least this game has. But at least this game, I can run a steady frame rate now.
Coming over the radios, or
All right. I hope I'm not. Actually, no. I set the frame rate manually, so I cannot get rid of it. But how high can your frame rate go in this game? How high can your frame rate go if you can go beyond 80? I'm actually curious.
I think it is.
Yeah, this game is at least
a mission unlisted flight for one guy is. We got one that's near Echo 1. Echo 3, we got one Echoes of Exposure. You have that one. You have that one.
Wait a minute, T. There you go. I don't know. Yeah, this when it comes to flashlight and shadows, I have no clue how this game. I don't know how this game's performance is gonna become if you got so many players with flashlights on and you're going through interiors or through these jungle settings. I have yet to see this being tested. But again, giving the game credit where it's due, at least I can run 80 frames per second on this game without my GPU running overtime. Similar to Final Fantasy XIV Online, too. I wish there was a way to find out where the underground bunkers are. Combat outpost. Oh. You can actually see actual players on the map at all times, which is pretty nice. So you can kind of tell if there's anybody nearby, so there's no mistake of, you know, accidental fire. I don't know. I wish there were more options for air traffic to get to us, like over here. I wish there was a way. I wish there was a way to have a helicopter go over there, but I do. Yeah, I don't know if you do the missions. Do you get more options? I'm surprised this map screen is kind of laggy. It's requiring more GPU for some reason. But again, I got the frame rate locked at 80, and this is fine. Oh yeah, this... What is this? This is very distracting, by the way. Alright, we're actually having... So when it comes to flashlights... you can only have it on your weapon, or you can you have it on your character? Where is the flashlight? I don't think there is one. So the only way to... Yeah, you need to have a flashlight. So, yep, you need to use your flashlight like this. You have to. How dark does it get? And... I don't know. I mean, there is flashlight in Arc Raiders as well, but I don't think it looks good. Yeah, the graphics and the visuals with these shadows when you point your light, it kind of looks bad. I don't know if this is an Unreal Engine thing, but it really does stand out. Well, again, the game has an actual day and night cycle, and how dark does it actually get? There's another side tasks nearby. You got your stamina meter on the top left of your screen, by the way. I think your health bar is on the very left side of the screen, on the top left corner. But so far, the stamina meter has been pretty generous so far. I can run for longer in this game than Arc Raiders. How fast does your stamina meter go back up? Yeah, that's not too bad. I'm kind of curious how much darker it gets. It's 7:20 p.m. in game time. Oh, you can actually destroy the light. You can't. You can actually destroy the light. How interesting. Some games, they don't even allow you to do that. Well, there's apparently a side quest here that we could do, I guess. I mean, how do we investigate this? Do we go inside this building, or what? Oh, that's it. You just... Oh, that's it. Yep. Just like in Arc Raiders, you can loot, although it's done in a more realistic kind of way in this game. And that's it. You just press F. But then again, Arc Raiders does the exact same thing as well. You can actually loot containers as well. Is there an actual mirror here? No, there is no mirror. There is no mirror. Yeah, there's no reflection on this TV, but whatever. Is there a light switch you can turn on here? No, I don't think there's any light here. Whatever. It does take a while. Oh yeah, there it is again. This looks bad. I don't know if it's because of NVIDIA DLSS, but this looks bad. But even if you ignore the graphics for a moment, is the gameplay fine? I think it's okay. They definitely nerfed the they did nerf the AI in this game, so it's not as they're not as no scope like they did before. Look at the AI. Did not shoot at me instantly. Other than home base, there's no friendlies in this game, I imagine. Yeah, I should have died right there, but I guess not. So that's okay. I don't know if the enemy's actually gonna come all the way to open fire on me, but that'll be interesting to find out. It does take quite a while for this game to go nighttime. I'm surprised these helicopters... Oh yeah, there's quite a bit of pitching when the helicopters come here. But at least you have a safe zone. I wish these LZ would actually work. Because sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Well, at least the game tells you when there are missions to do. Something the Arc Raiders doesn't do. I wish Arc Raiders had like a little zone where you can search, so there's no mistake where you gotta look. But whatever. It's not a big loss, but I thought it was worth mentioning. It does take quite a while for this game to go dark. It's 8 p.m. in game time now. How fast does time flow in this? Does every gun have flashlight, or you gotta get the attachment for it? Oh yeah, so you can actually go further. Well, at least the game is nice enough to tell you where to go. So there's no mistake. So there's no mistake at all. Oh yeah, that looks bad. That looks bad. That's supposed to be a bearded look, but that looks bad. Here it looks okay. Still, they still quite a bit of work needs to be done. Yeah, these sub menus, for some reason, the GPU works a lot harder here. For some reason, they need to optimize this. But it's still way more optimized than it used to be. Oh, holy crap, look at that frame rate going down. The frame rate actually went down a little bit to 76 during this screen here. Wow. Yeah, 80 frames per second is enough for me in this game. Does it tell you? Does it tell you how much armor? Like how many hits you can take, or does it really not matter? Yeah, you got your vendors, similar to what Arc does. Okay, that looks kind of... Look, that looks really... It's really muddy. Yeah, the lighting is kind of weird in some of these. Is there attachments to these guns? Like, is flashlight automatic, or you gotta put in a flashlight? I think you gotta put in a flashlight. I think. Or I wouldn't be too surprised if it's automatic that every gun has like a flashlight, because you really are gonna need it, especially at nighttime. Still not quite dark yet. It's 2027. It takes a while for the game to... I need to switch servers. I don't want to wait forever for that time to go to midnight. I really want to see how dark this game can get. Alright, here we go. US East. Midnight. How dark does it get? Yeah, how dark does it really get? At least the compiling shader doesn't take very long when you load into the game here. Okay. When it comes to nighttime, uh, I think it looks okay, but it definitely doesn't stand out. Yeah, the graphics. I don't know if it's NVIDIA DLSS, but something about the textures and everything, it just looks really bad. It just looks really distracting. Like, okay, this is TSR. Does it look any better? Yeah, NVIDIA DLSS doesn't look good. Oh boy, God, it looks looks really distracting. Yeah, the shadows really don't look good here. And I don't think changing them to high makes any difference. Look at that, it looks bad. Alright, let's go to graphics again and try something else here. Yeah, it looks really funky dark. Yeah, this game finally released a huge patch to fix the optimization. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this game is like Arc. This game came out way before Arc Raiders did, and yeah. I'll try to turn up the brightness here, but it looks pretty bad. It does run a lot better, yes. I have to give it that. I can at least at least I can run this game at 80 frames per second. Okay, I turn up the brightness to 50. What is this term? What is the term for this? Look at the shadows and the textures. It looks bad. There is a term for this, Dark, but that looks really distracting. Everywhere, almost every texture, especially wood and all that, it looks really distracting. At least, I think this happens as well on Arc, but not as often. But look how bad that looks. It's very distracting. This game penalizes solo players? Really? Like how? I don't know this game's finest fine details that much, but at least the AI in this game is not cheap like it used to be. I was able to do a couple of tasks easily, and the AI was surprisingly easy. Well, I don't know if the servers are more stable this time around, Dark, but I remember I do remember the servers being a lot worse when this game first came out. They should not have released this game the way it was all those months and years ago. I mean, even if you turn up the sharpness, here, Dark, does this look impressive to you? I think it looks okay. I don't know. This looks okay. This is not something groundbreaking, or this is not something that's gonna wow you, but it's okay. It's okay. I don't know why the devs for Grayzone Warfare decided to release this game in the state it was, like all those months ago. They should have optimized the game way more. And maybe this game, if this game was released in the state it is right now, it would not have released the mixed response or the negative reception. I don't know how much FPS you can get in this game now. If you go beyond 80. I have it capped at 80 because I really only needed that much. But yeah, the textures here, even if I turn up the sharpness of the NVIDIA DLSS to like 50, some of the textures look really distracting, especially around certain wooden textures. You're getting a solid 140. Okay, that's good. That's good. For me, I'm keeping it capped at 80 because my GPU is already working like around 90%. But yeah, the nighttime in this game is not like Steam what is telling you. And just to prove it, I got my graphics settings. Even if I turn up the sharpness to 50, and I got it on quality, the global illumination I have it on low because oh my god, I bet it makes things run even worse. But just for the purpose of demonstration, let me just turn it up to high and just show you what it looks like. Does it improve things? No. Holy crap, that looks bad. That is bad. I got the shadows on high, and really? I can't see the moon from here. I can't see the moon from here. But even with all the settings on high, wow. As much as I try to ignore the graphics on being bad, but this is... wow. I know some old games that do way better job with shadows than this. No, I'm not kidding. Yeah, here's the thing. Games from many years ago do a way better job at dark settings than this. This game doesn't do a good job at that. It doesn't. It doesn't. Wow. Just wow. You're telling me you can't do a decent job with shadows? Wow. Here's the thing. The shadows are bad. Where is this in the game? Where is this in the game? I would like to see this. Or do you have to wait until it loads up? At least this game is more stable now, but yeah, I don't think I'm missing much, honestly. I really don't think I'm missing much. So, here's a very good comparison. Let's go back to 2005 Dark Assassin. This game does dark areas way better. I know it's not a multiplayer game. It's almost a single-player game. It did have a multiplayer part. But at least that they do dark areas and shadows in this game way better than what Gray Zone Warfare and some other games do nowadays. It's a different game engine, obviously, but the point still remains. I had to patch this game a little bit because of the frame drops, but yeah, let me just quickly load up a save file here. And I'm running this game on high settings, by the way. Everything.
Jen, any word on Jankowski?
No, but I found some human remains. Impossible to ID without lab work.
They can't be.
Whoops, I didn't need to do that.
He's gotta be around there somewhere.
I'll keep looking.
This game is from 2005, and it does shadows way better than Gray Zone Warfare does. And the sound is way better, too. The sound design is way better, too.
Yeah. Nothing to report.
Look at the shadows in this 2005 game. Way better than what that Unreal Engine or Gray Zone Warfare is doing. Again, how far did we de-evolve? Why can't new games do what old games did? Really? So yeah, Dark. That's why I'm being critical. More people should be critical. We're able to achieve these types of things in older games, but the newer games can't do it. Really? Also, here... it's Unreal Engine 5, yeah. Also, check this out. There's a jump scare right here, but the visuals in this game are way better than most games nowadays. Check this out. Good luck getting a brand new game do that. Again, How far have we fallen in graphics? These old games do a way better job than some of the newer game engines do nowadays. Yep. Yep. Yeah, look at the lighting. Again, I know this is a single-player game, but the point remains. And this game clearly has a horror aspect, but look how much better and memorable this is. How far do we fall on graphics? Yeah, Grace of Warfare looks so bad by comparison. Here's a jump scare here, by the way. But it still looks better than most games nowadays. Even if you're not into horror or you're not good into horror, Dark, just look at this. How often do you see visuals like this that really stand out to you? It's clearly supposed to be spooky and creepy, and it is. But when was the last time you saw something this interesting in a video game? And this is from 2005. Granted, nobody is using this game engine anymore, but look what they were able to achieve, graphically at the very least. Well, how far have we fallen? I bet ARC Raiders can't do this. Or they just don't do it. I don't know. But this game does way better at shadows. But anyway, here's the jump scare, by the way. Look at the visuals change.
She's afraid of you.
Look at the visuals change when there's a guy jump scaring us on the right. So just look how good this looks. Yep, the sound design in this game looks good. Look at the visuals here. Look at that. Again, this is 2005. Also, the people that made this game they no longer exist, unfortunately. Monolith got shut down. Yeah, Monolith got shut down, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't think the same people at Monolith worked on the sequel, but this game still stands out after all these years. It really stands out. I don't know the history of Monolith, but they made Fear 2 and Fear 3, but nobody talks about those games at all. Nobody talks about those games. There are some decent games nowadays, but not many, no. So, I'm going to go to a different game now, Dark. So, I don't know if you ever heard of System Shock, but this System Shock game is a remake of the original from the 90s, and they make it look cyberpunk. So, I have to disagree. Fear 2 was a step down from Fear 1. They did have some good things compared to Fear 1, but Fear 2 was a step down, unfortunately. If Fear 1 had more environments and different locations and kept the horror aspect and the visuals and the sound design, I think Fear 1 would have been even a bigger classic. So, yeah, Fear 1, I wish they had more locations. Yeah, but I don't know if the same makers of Fear 1 moved over to Fear 2 and Fear 3. That's what's kind of sad. But this game, System Shock Remake, is also Unreal Engine, but if I'm not mistaken, this is Unreal Engine 4. The AI in this game is not as sophisticated as Fear, but it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, Night Dive Studios is one of the more decent game studios that exists right now. Not only they remaster games, but this game looks fine. At least it has style. So, yeah, Dark, I know this game is a remake of the original, but even from this opening title screen, it looks fine. This one is okay. This remake or remaster is okay. They actually did improve on the original. I don't know if this type of game or gameplay is for you, Dark, but this looks fine to me. In this game, you can save at any time. Yeah, they basically took this game's levels and brought it into modern standards. Yeah, this is the original game, but the remake, and I think it looks fine. So we got a puzzle here to do. You gotta have the bar line up here. Some of these chords have 2 or 1. So let's see here. Let me put 2 there. Okay, maybe have 2 there. Okay. Oh, that thing just spawned. That's what's cheap about this game. If you put the combat difficulty in this game to its highest, that's how they respawn enemies. That's the most annoying thing about this game. Originally, this maintenance level was really dark in the original, but for some reason, in this remake, they decided to lit it up. That gets rid of the whole creepiness a little bit. Yeah. I'm just trying to solve this puzzle, and I get this thing to deal with. Fine. Yeah, that is true, but at least the lighting in this game looks okay. But... something we're missing here. Okay. I'm just trying to solve this puzzle. Okay, that doesn't make a difference too much. Or I can just use a logic probe to solve this puzzle, but I'll try to solve it. think we need more power. Nope. So some of these have to be changed. Hmm. That's not enough. Okay, how often do those things respawn? That's so annoying. Yeah, that is so annoying. That is so annoying. Honestly, just use... If it happens too often, I'm just gonna respawn. I'm just gonna use the logic probe. But I just want to solve this puzzle in peace, but... Yeah, no. That's starting to get annoying. Boy. Okay, we're sort of going in the right direction. Nope. Boy. Yeah, we're missing something here. Yeah, we're missing something here. Yeah, this thing has to be switched somewhere else. There's only so many options here. Nope. Yep, there it is again. Oh, boy. There's only so many options here. I don't know if changing this makes it higher, but that makes it lower. Oh boy. Yeah, there's no other place to attach this. How do we get 2 more? How do we get 3 more? No, that doesn't do it. No. Wait. That might do it. This might actually do it. But I gotta change. Oh. We might be getting somewhere here. Sweet, we did it. We did it. Yep. So close. Yeah, these invisible mutants are annoying. But I was able to do it. I was able to do it. There you go. Just gotta switch this up to here. I believe it was, and that's it. And now save this, because we got some combat to deal with here. Thank God. Sweet. I did the puzzle. Yeah, these puzzles are not too bad. I don't know what a critical person would say about those puzzles, but it's okay. I can solve it. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, that puzzle you just saw, Dark, in this game, did you play this game? I'm playing this game. I'm playing this puzzle. I'm playing the puzzles in this game in its highest difficulty. Yeah, in this remake, it's the puzzles are not too bad. Combat is on its highest difficulty. Cyberspace is on its highest, but the mission difficulty I keep it on 2 because there's a time limit. Yeah, this is the remake, which I think is okay. Oh, door is manually locked, so you gotta go to cyberspace for that. In this game, you gotta vaporize these, because you do get credits for them. We get more shotgun ammo. Awesome. Yeah, in this, the invisible mutants in this game are not they're not scary. They're more annoying, honestly. Yeah, you just vaporize them. Oh, there's a supply closet up there.
Door locked. No maintenance necessary.
Yeah, just like in the original, you go into the you return to this maintenance level to do a plot. What did that door open? Oh, it just opens that door. Oh. Okay. In this game, I always save at every moment because you never know. Is there... Oh, yeah, here we go. Is there anything else we forgot to... Yeah, you always gotta just loot everything and vaporize them and turn them into junk. You get these scrap that you can turn into credits for weapon upgrades that you do in this game. There's actual weapon upgrades to do in this game. Alright, is there anything else? No. Okay, vaporize, vaporize. Save again. Ooh, a supply closet. Nice. Interface demodulator. This is for a plot thing you gotta do later in the game. Nice, we get some ammo. Nice. Alrighty. So we get some loot. Nice, we get some ammo again. Nice. Yeah, it's very easy to miss. It's very easy to miss some of the upgrades in this map. Yeah, these interface demodulators are gonna be something you'll be doing later in the game. Okay, vaporize. So yeah, I got a couple more rooms to check out on this level. Yeah. I find those invisible mutants already annoying to deal with. And you gotta keep your shield on too, so you don't take as much damage. Yeah, the levels are very similar, but obviously some things were changed for the remake. Oh yeah, there's an enemy in this room. Let's do it. Relay analyzer. Oh yeah, this is for the plot. This is for the plot that you gotta do later in the game. Okay. Okay. Alright, let's see what's beyond, let's see what's under here. I didn't take too much damage thanks to the shield. Magnum. I get a high-powered pistol. Nice. How many osmium rounds do we have? I think how many rounds do we have? When it comes to ammo, where is the ammo? Flechette rounds. That's for the Mark III assault rifle. Nope. I got 8 shots on this thing. Okay. Osmium. I got 44. I got 44 bullets on this. Cool. We're gonna use this gun now. I've already used up quite a bit of ammo with my starting guns and the Magnum. Yeah, this Magpulse makes a return, but I try not to waste my ammo. So yeah, let's change that to a Magnum. Cool. Exploration is pretty simple in this game. It's very straightforward. Alright, so... yeah, there's nothing here. Oh, we get another puzzle. We get another puzzle. Sweet. If I remember correctly, in the middle of this level, it's the elevator to storage. This elevator will take you to the executive level, but I don't need to go to that level just yet. You're gonna have to loot. You're gonna need ammo. So, yeah, like in the original, I go to storage. So, but anyway, we got ourselves another puzzle. Nice. Alrighty. I haven't used the logic probes. In the original game, back in the 90s, the game does give you logic probes. So if you don't want to solve a puzzle, the game does give you that option. But I've been able to solve most of these puzzles, even on the highest difficulty so far. And these are randomly generated, by the way. You can't rely on online guides, because these are randomly generated. So you actually have to use your brain here. I don't know what a critical person would think about these puzzles, though. Notice that this plug has 2 bars, while this one has 1. That's something you have to keep in mind when it comes to doing these puzzles. Let's do that. That's 2. Not much. Oh, I just solved it like that. Okay. All right, let's see what's behind door number 2. All right.
Door locked. No maintenance necessary.
Game is nice enough to give us ammo. I'm gonna drop my shotgun here temporarily, just so that we can loot stuff in this room. Trust me, you will do a lot of vaporizing in this game. It's nice that we can actually come back and explore this game.
They followed me back from the bridge. My plan failed. tried. We tried to stop this insanity. Let us be remembered for our courage during this strife. Amen.
In the original game, you need Abe Gihren's head just to go through that secure door. So, yeah. Is there anything else to loot here? Okay. Yep, a lot of things I'm vaporizing because I want to get as much credits as possible.
My team is gone. Killed while trying to take the bridge. Shodan has completely taken it over. I made it back to maintenance alone. On my way back, I tried to send an emergency signal from one of the antenna relays on engineering, but found those areas to be heavily guarded. For now, I'm going to rest. Plan another attempt tomorrow.
Oh, this door is not functional. So there's only one way to get in here. So yeah, the game actually encourages you to put some stuff away because there's no way you can carry everything. Unless I get rid of all this crap, which I have so much of, by the way. Yeah, I gotta come back for this Gihren's head here. Yeah, inventory management just increase. At least the inventory here is bigger than Grace than in the new Resident Evil game. Okay, let's save this game again. Yep. Okay.
Cyborg conversion canceled. Standard station restoration procedures online.
Yeah, these are not humans anymore. Yep. At least they made the space station like an actual space station in the remake here. Okay. So many things to vaporize. Well, at least I found the a place to revive, but I try not to die though. Alright, is there anything else here? It's so easy to miss things in this game, by the way, if you're not paying attention. It's very easy to miss things if you're not paying attention. Trying to vaporize as many things as possible too. So, is there anything else? Yeah, it's very easy to miss things if you're not paying attention. There we go. There's two more rooms here on the right side that we gotta check. Is there anything else? I hope that's everything. Alright, save game again. Yeah, these invisible mutants are not scary, they're just annoying. Alright. There we go. Okay, I don't know what's up here, but let's check it out. Oh, another supply closet. Nice. This game is very generous on supplies. Nice. So many battery packs. Oh yeah, these are for the story bit that you're gonna need later. You're gonna need these for a story bit later, so I'm not gonna touch these. Okay. I gotta revisit the previous levels just to get rid of this loot. Okay. Vaporize.
security locks and system overloads, or else all of humanity is doomed, I guess. No pressure.
Yeah, these chipsets are for a story bit that you gotta do later, like in the original. Alright, we got 2 more rooms to check out. 2 more rooms to check out. The one on the right, and the one in the middle. I really hate these respawning enemies, especially when you see them respawn. Like, really? That just cheapens the difficulty.
Door locked. No maintenance necessary.
Alright. Oh, I think I know what this is about now. Is there anything else here? No. Let's drop these. Let's drop these. Alright, so I remember... Oh, take it easy, Dark, and thank you. Alright, I'm gonna quickly explore this level. Go down here. Is there anything else to explore here? No. Well... Oh, actually, no, hold on. We did not go up there yet. Let's go up there. Oh, someone's here. Oh, there's a security bot there. Those are tanky. Okay. The laser rapier. Oh, finally. Now we are full on inventory. Great. Just the center room that we gotta check. that's it, and that's the elevator to storage. But I gotta get rid of this inventory because I'm freaking full. Yeah, actually not too bad. Not too bad at all. They did redo some of these rooms. This Magnum is actually pretty good against robots. Cool, we're actually making progress on this game. Nice. But I really hate these invisible mutants, especially when they respawn. They're just annoying more than anything. Yep. Here we go. I've been meaning to do this for a while now. Cool. $60. $127 credits. That is more than I'll ever need. Yeah. Nice, we actually made progress. Significant progress, I might add. If you played the original game, you will remember this level pretty nicely. You need to do some backtracking as well. Yeah, I find those annoying. Speaking of which, can we use the rapier instead? There you go. Much better than just wasting bullets. Okay, do that again. Well, you made progress today, ladies and gentlemen. This will be the last time I'll probably do this. Should have done this earlier. There's no way to speed this up either, but whatever. We're gonna get rid of the wrench, since it's taking up too much space. Good, we're almost done. time. Save it. I hope there are no respawning enemies in the reactor level. It's really annoying when they do respawn. Oh, that's interesting. The respawning... They actually have respawning enemies. That's a security 2 bot, and that's what they look like. Those things are not easy to kill, and you need tough ammo to take care of those guys. Well, I gotta backtrack again. I don't want to use the medi patches unless for dire emergency. Wait a minute. Okay. Yeah, we gotta do quite a bit of backtracking because we did forget some things. I hope there are no respawning enemies in the medical level. Honestly, that's why this game has a save feature. Always save your game because you never know when you're gonna get ambushed. Gonna have to go back to the medical level just to heal. Really don't want to use the first aid kits or the medi patches unless you really need to use it in an emergency. I'm surprised the bodies did not despawn here. And backtracking again. Backtracking again. I was hoping to cover Final Fantasy 14 online tonight for you guys online, just to show you on screen, but you're not really missing much. I'm just gonna have to do that quick Island Sanctuary thing, and that's it. Okay, go this way. At least there are no respawning enemies for this research level. You're just trying to get your stuff done, and yeah. Back to maintenance again. There we go. Caught that thing by surprise. How much ammo do we have for the pistol? Yeah, how much ammo do we have for it? Magnum, we got 33. Shotgun, we have 12. Yeah, this Magnum, we're gonna have to save it for the. We're gonna have to save it for the bosses or the bigger robots, because that's gonna be a problem. Yeah, this head, you need to use it to get into the security office, but I don't think it's here. Yeah, in the original, use the laser rapier, and those invisible mutants die very quickly. And that's what I'm gonna do here. Don't waste your ammo on the invisible mutants. It's really not worth it. Okay, so there is a room here that I missed. Oh, wrong room. Oh, yeah, this is the office that we have to get into. This is Abe's office. But unfortunately, we cannot get in there yet until you actually destroy the rest of the security in this level, which is later in the game. Yeah, we're gonna have to get rid of Abe's head because we don't need it yet. And I don't think we need the sidearm. Could still be useful. Yeah, the sidearm could still be useful, though. Do you have any... Yeah, I don't think we have any magnetic pulse cartridges at all. I think we only have 2 shots left. Yeah, we only have 2 shots, so... yeah. It's too bad we cannot fit any more. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I can fit any more. That's a darn shame. I was hoping for more. I don't know. Yeah, let's just put that. Alright, this is the best we can do. Yeah, Abe's head, we're gonna put it there for now. We'll not need it until later. So yeah, now we gotta find out what is in the middle room. Is there a robot there that we gotta take care of? Who knows? This looks really cool. They actually made the laser rapier look cool in this game. What's in the middle room? Wow, they actually made this room smaller. They actually made this room smaller. Another recycle station. Huh. Yeah, this room was a lot bigger in the original, but at least they made it look look like an actual place this time around. Okay. Well, that's the storage level. That's where we're gonna go to next, because we're gonna have to find. We're gonna have to find some loot. Okay, let's just turn off our shields, save energy. Actually, no, we can actually use this in battery pack. We got more than enough battery packs in this game, so might as well start using them. Cool. I kind of knew there was something in this level where you can explore, so perfect. It's not a big area like that. Oh, well, you can't get me down here, so okay. Oh, storage, okay. Yeah, let's just save this game because I think we're gonna have a surprise waiting for us. See? Knew it. But I believe we got this Magnum that's going to help take care of these robots. Can't save it again. Is that where the flyers respawn? Cool.
Zabo, this is a joke, right? You're doubling my work schedules and cutting break times in half? If you want nothing done and everyone's dead tired, why don't we just shove the lifter box out the flight bay dock and move it all by hand instead?
Well, at least they made this level look like an actual storage level. In the original, it looks like a Doom level. Is that where those things respawn? How cheap of them. Okay, let's see what's next in this room. Wonder what's down here. Let's melee this guy. Wow, that thing actually did cause a lot of damage. How much damage does this Magnum thing do against a mutant? Let's find out. Nope, those things take up a lot of damage. What about shotgun? What about the shotgun? Does it do enough damage or what? Because I got my shield on too. What about a gas grenade? Does that do anything more? I don't want to waste ammo. Nope, it doesn't do enough damage. What about a grenade? How much grenades do I have? Yeah, that thing takes up quite a bit of damage. Unless you use a shotgun. Yeah, no. That thing eats up bullets like crazy. Keep the shield on. Jesus Christ, that thing can take... This thing actually takes up damage. Yep. Half health and... yeah, it's... What about this frag grenade? Does it actually do anything? Yeah, looks like you have no choice but to use the laser rapier. My god, this thing just takes up damage. Yeah, I hope you saved up your medkits, because that thing eats quite a bunch. Unless... yeah, I don't know how good this shotgun is. Yeah, that was just one mutant. I wonder how many more of these we're gonna deal with. Oh yeah, this storage 9, and we don't know the code to it. Okay. Okay. We can revive. Nice.
Cyborg conversion cancelled. Standard station restoration procedures online.
So it's okay if we die because we can just respawn. Okay. This was a pretty short area. Well, I don't know how much more the mutants can take damage in this game. Oh, speaking of which, forgot to do that. Well, we can no longer die in this level, or if you do die, we just respawn here. We got so much. We got so much of these battery packs, might as well start using them. I do find the respawning enemies in this game annoying. It just cheapens the difficulty, in my opinion, especially when you see them clearly respawn in front of you. But whatever. Save this game again. Okay, is there anything else? Nope. Can't go in this room for some reason. I guess the door's broken, or you have to find a different way in. Oh yeah, this Magnum barely does anything to them. Yeah, this Magnum barely does anything against them. Well. Yeah, just melee them. That seems to be pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, these new enemies, they are quite tanky. Oh, so this is the security room.
Wasn't sure about the bots, but I was wrong. I made a move to the plastique in storage 1. Came after me, and I barely escaped. The platforms are screwed up now, and I found Wong's body. Bots all over it. Bastards. Gotta find a safe spot. I gotta find.
Why is the music playing? Why is the music playing?
Mother's will.
Oh, that must be the new cyborgs. Yeah. Okay, and where are they from anyway? Okay. Okay. Let's just do this thing one more time.
Wasn't sure about the bots, but I was wrong. I made a move for the plastique in storage 1. He came after me, and I barely escaped. The platforms are screwed up now, and I found Wong's body. Bots all over it. Bastards. Gotta find a safe spot. I gotta find a
I gotta use this Magnum again. We got ourselves a bot in this room. And I had to head off here, unfortunately. It's getting late. Let's see if we can deal with this guy. Ooh, that's a trap. Oh. So yeah, Russian, it's good to hear you winning. Unfortunately, we didn't have much luck on our side. Believe me, when I have a teammate of mine that we did do what we could, but unfortunately it wasn't enough. That and the teammates or something were not doing enough. I don't know. Oh well. But thankfully, we will try again. It's still Diamond 2. We did not really make much progress, unfortunately. Either our teammates that backed us up were not enough, or the other team's skill level was completely different. It was honestly not very non-productive. Here you go, a trap. Well, that was enough. Just drop some grenades and that does it. Cool. Alright. That'll do. That'll do. Okay, save this game again. Oh, a loader bot. That is new. That's new. Actually, the game actually pulls a trap. Nice. Oh, yeah, this was the CPU node room. Oh, cool. And of course, they have a trap waiting for us. Nice. Cool. Is there anything left to explore in this room? Oh, I actually destroyed one of the nodes. Nice. Okay. Wait a minute. Empty. Drop. Oh man, I'm low on ammo again. So easy to miss ammo if you're not paying attention. There were loader bots in the original game, apparently as a concept design or something, but they actually made them actual enemies here, and we actually have a trap. Alright, let's save this game. Nice. All you gotta do is kill these things. Did I use all the ammo? Don't tell me I used up all the gas grenades and the frag grenades. Oh, I did use up all the frags. Great. Well, I had to use them anyway. They were being a problem. But I'm pretty sure we'll get more later on. So it's not a big loss. Okay, let's tie... Okay, I might as well just use the first aid kit. There we go. I gotta finish things here, ladies and gentlemen. It's getting late. Sir, is the game gonna give us one more trap? Nothing so far.
Charging station access granted.
New station. Oh. New recharging station? Is that what that AI just said? Where? In the original game, I think it, where is that? Where? Is it in a nearby room or something? My hair is not, it wasn't naturally gray, it was black or dark, but now, unfortunately, it's starting to gray out, but I have no shame in that. That's the long story short. I think there's a flyer bot nearby that just respawned, so we're gonna have to deal with that thing. Just respawn quickly. Yep. Okay, that's it. Alright, we made some good progress today. I still got the rest of the storage level to check out. But at least I'm not doing too bad. I kind of wasted all the frag grenades, but at least I still got gas grenades, at least. But I gotta go, folks. It's getting late here. Got the rest of the storage level to check out. And the mutants. The gorilla tiger mutant. So much health. Might as well just kill that thing from a distance if you can. But anyway, I gotta head off here, folks. It's getting late. But it's good to be covering different games again. Yeah, we'll try to do that Marvel Rivals game again soon. But we didn't have much luck, unfortunately, on our end. But we will cover that again. See you guys.